Hello, Igbinovia, you're on. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good day, sir.
Yes. Question for you. What do you
Hello,
want?
I can hear you loud and clear. My name is Dr. Igbinovia.
Now, what do you want from investors? Is there an equity proposal? How much will it cost? And do you have interest in going electric using batteries? You have 1 minute, please.
Yes, the interest for Spring Automobile is to call for investors to develop further our prototypes, to join us to build our assembly plant and mass produce the vehicle. We have currently we have 2 prototypes: the truck that is designed to carry a 1-ton load, and we also have an off-road sport vehicle. For the truck, we are looking at expanding our operations in designing our automobiles to be powered by hybrid vehicles, to be powered by premium spirit, and also to be powered by lithium batteries using electric motors.
So you are looking for hybrid vehicles. Now, how much are you looking for, and what will be in return for investors?
Okay, for our startup, we are looking at 2.8 billion for a startup. And
2.8 billion
from our feasibility study. Okay. From our feasibility study, we have a production cost for 1,600,000 naira for the truck. And if we are selling that truck, the strategy is that for us to be able to compete with the various manufacturers in Nigeria, we need to actually sell below the cost of where we can get other vehicles like a Felix's vehicle. Our vehicle will be much cheaper or about the same price. Right. So we are looking at selling the truck for 2.5 million naira. Okay. And if we have to do that, we'll be having about 900,000 naira profit.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. We'll get back to you just to summarize. Hello. We'll get back to you on that. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, comment. Yeah. So he said 2.8 billion naira, and it's actually looking at scaling up to be hybrid, not just PMS, but also backing up with batteries, depending on the scale of what to use. Yes, please, madam. There's one particular, he made mention of being able to compete favorably. I didn't want to go into that. In energy, in every advanced country, production is what? Energy for production is what? It's subsidized. I'm delving into energy already. It's subsidized. That's why if you try to, let me just put this in, if you try to, a lot of people have, I know they have tried to set up solar panels manufacturing in Nigeria. We have silicon here, okay, that can be cleaned up and used for solar panels. But you can't compete with China because it's heavily subsidized. India is on the rise. Yeah, batteries too. We have lithium here, and there's an attempt going into mining now to mine lithium in Nigeria. But the question is that what energy will you use to produce the batteries? In China, it's heavily subsidized, some up to 60% for energy usage. So this is where we have to be looking at. I think some of the pitchers might want to speak about that. I think we'll wrap up this now.
So, yeah, thank you so much for recognizing me. I just wanted to make a couple of comments with regards to Dr. Igbenogha. As a part of the planning team for NDIS, we would like to suggest that we have a roundtable discussion focused on this, because this is one of the sectors that we believe if we can unlock here in Nigeria to have local sourcing, we would drastically reduce, first of all, the cost of importation and then employment. So we want to suggest and request that anyone that is interested in this sector or in this pitch should please see us either through me or through the chairperson, so that we can put together either a Zoom follow-up. And I'm very grateful that you're an expert in this field and you're the moderator. We believe that collaborating with the industry and with the government, we can come up with a viable solution to encourage young Nigerians that are looking into very complex industries as vehicle manufacturing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, if there are no further comments, we would want to move on to the next pictures for energy and mining. Yes. As listed in the program.
Please carry on, Mr. Moderator. It would be nice if we... Okay.
You're welcome. I'm trying to bring up the program here. Sorry, I didn't have that here. Yes, please go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Babani Victor Olanrewaju, CEO, White Lane Oil Limited. White Lane Oil Limited was licensed in 2021 by DPR, now NUPLC, to operate at the downstream sector of the Nigerian oil and gas industry. White Lane Oil Limited is seeking an investment of $100,000 in return for 20% equity. We have been able to identify the prevalent challenges in the industry. Slide, please. Next. Okay. These are the challenges that we have been able to identify in the industry: unavailability of a reliable and consistent fuel supply, challenges with mitigating fuel theft and losses, inefficient and untimely fuel delivery by suppliers, unsafe and uncompliant fuel transportation, tracking fuel consumption and usage, difficulty in preventing unauthorized usage and fraud, and so on. In solving these problems, our products are available for timely delivery, such as AGO, automobile gas oil, popularly known as diesel, PMS, premium motor spirits, popularly known as petrol, DPK, dual purpose kerosene, popularly known as kerosene, or cooking kerosene, as widely known, LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, also known as cooking gas. We, as a startup company, we are looking, these funds specifically will be used as working capital to purchase petroleum products and for haulage. That is what the funds are meant for. And if you have not invested in the last 20 years, this is the right time to invest. Thank you so much. Questions, please.
Yes, we've heard from White Lane Oil Limited. They're interested in marketing logistics, am I right? And they are requesting for the sum of 100 million USD.
100,000 US dollars, sir.
100,000. Okay, 100,000 US dollars. Yes, thank you. Please, microphone, please. Don't worry, don't worry.
Picture, please.
Please. You can go ahead, sir.
Okay. I think this is a pretty straightforward presentation. But it's very interesting that you want to go into this sector at this time that is undergoing, transformation. What will the $100,000 do to you? Going into, that is about 100 million naira. what will that do for you? Is it for trucks? Is it for working capital that is, procurement? Or is it to establish your feelings? That you haven't told us how you intend to deliver your services, because I'm doubtful if you have taken into account what it will require, for you to really get involved in this sector of the economy. Maybe you want to elucidate a little bit for us to really understand what your requirement are and how you intend to deliver value. If I give you 100 or maybe part of this investment, how, when do I look forward to, and how do you intend to generate the required revenue, to generate profit?
And again, Victor, why answer the question?
Yes, sir.
Basically, it's talking about how you can pay back. Also, remember, what have you been doing? What do you have on the ground? What have you been doing before now? And how do you make investors interested that this is a viable project?
Thank you, sir. I actually started off as a motor boy in the oil and gas. We call it motor boy. In the public transport, they call it conductor. So after secondary school days, my big bro introduced me to the business. So I used close to Imo State University. So from there, I fell in love with the business, and I developed my passion for it. And just like Alaji, just like you mentioned, sir, truck is the most important part of this business, because without truck, no investor will even listen, no manufacturing company will listen to any of my storyline. And then I've made contact. I've actually made contact, but it is very difficult for me to enter into a contract knowing fully well that I don't have the required assets to carry on operation. And I have to be very careful, because one wrong move then puts my reputation at stake. So primarily the procurement of drugs, and then petroleum products and haulage service are what I'm going to be doing with the funds. Thank you, sir.
Okay, I think you've not answered how you intend to pay back. Do you have competitors? Do you belong to an organization? There's IPMAN. There is IPMAN is Independent Petroleum Marketing Association of Nigeria. They're well established, and there are other. Are you related to a refinery that you tend to do trucking for them? Okay, have you thought about using the inland waterways? What innovation? What gap are you trying to fill?
Thank you, sir. We have been making moves, and as soon as I'm able to secure funding, we are going to register with IPMAN. There is no way we can carry on operation without IPMAN. So we are going to register with IPMAN and fulfill all litigations.
Please, go ahead, sir.
Permit me to say I'm having knee issues right now.
Pleasure.
I love your energy.
Thank you, sir.
I love your youth. But I think what the big brothers and sisters are, pointing to is, it seems to me that there's still a little more homework that needs to be done.
Thank you, sir.
I know your ask, 100,000, is very modest. What I mean by that is, it doesn't look like that would be enough. Because when you say you need trucks, you need this, you need that, I'm already thinking the money is gone already before you even get going. So, just hear me out. I'm just trying to tell you that we are all here, we are family, we are here to support you.
Thanks,
and so take these cues that you're getting from us, all right? And say, maybe I will go back and look at numbers again. Maybe right now what you need is somebody to mentor you and help shepherd you and this idea and bring it to the point where you can now go. Because otherwise, I tell you, if somebody writes you a check right now for $100,000, you might get in trouble, because you go back out and you go, oh my gosh, I can't even deliver anything. This is experience talking to you right now, that it looks like, that you might want to look at those numbers again, unless maybe you've done those numbers and you know where the money is going. I don't know.
Well, it is people's money, investors' money. So coming here to demand for $1 billion or 1 billion naira will put me in some categories which I'm not ready for. So I have to be very careful. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you.
So in specific, what you need is a truck. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Primarily.
Dr. Badewa, please. You can't go empty-handed. This is my field, manufacturing. There's an OEM who is very passionate about local production. We might talk after this. And for those in diaspora who want to invest, I want to encourage you. If you can get the masthead, which is the engine, it's only a head, okay? It's easier to get in Europe and in America. You can get it secondhand, a good engine, instead of giving cash, buy, ship down, if this is proper arrangement, because I don't want you to go empty-handed. He has passion. That passion should be sustained. I make this statement on behalf of our partners, Denmark Limited. They are in Ewosi, in Edo State. They are certified OEMs. They can do the container for you. They have current ISO certification, and through Fupri Energy, we can support you through Denmark to produce the bag.
Thanks, sir.
So that's, if you don't have the 100 million, at least we can pursue one truck for you.
Thanks,
then we can also connect you with a recycling company in Cocoa who are into recycling, and they produce DPK, diesel, so AGO. I will try to speak to the owner and then see if you can come in there. Thank you.
Sir. Thank you, sir.
Please, is there any other person that has interest?
The next
can meet him
speaker,
outside. Yeah,
the next speaker, Veronica Folorunshaw, Gab and Nuella Concept Limited. Gab and Nuella Concept, are you here? All right then, welcome.
Welcome. So,
good afternoon, everybody. My name is Adeni Adewale. I'm not Veronica, and I'm not a transgender. I'm Adeni Adewale. I'm representing Veronica Folorunshaw, the MD CEO of Gab and Nuella Concept Limited. I'm here to pitch for $120 million for the development of 3 oil and gas assets, 3 oil and gas fields within the Nigerian marginal field jurisdiction. Gab and Nuella, next slide, please. Can I have the next slide? $120 million. All right, well, while we're waiting for that, Gab and Nuella is a wholly Nigerian company registered precisely 14 years ago, November 2009. And okay. So, and this is a company that started as an oil consulting company, but today it's a proud owner of 3 oil assets in the Niger Delta region of Nigeria. So GNCL is a one-stop shop for any oil and gas investor. What are the assets that GNCL has? We have an asset in River State. It's a swampy asset. It's called Asarama Toru. It has 36 million barrels of oil reserves and 54 BCF. And with 20 million, because it's not a green field, right? With 20 million, this asset will be re-entered and it will produce roughly 1.5 million barrels per annum. And of course, that's about 100 million revenue. The second asset is Ekekep Marginal Field. It's in the shallow waters of Akwa Ibom. It's a predominantly gas field, and that's as a result of our strategic decision to invest and trade in gas, which the world seems to be gravitating towards. And of course, the third one is also more of a gas field. It's in Mere North. It's around Escravos, Ondo, Warri axis. And it's also predominantly gas, about 150 billion scope of gas. And the reason for this assets, if you look at, there are two things we did while we were acquiring these assets. There were two strategic things that we considered. We ensured that they are not geographically within the same area so that Gaba and Noella would never suffer downtime. There would never be a time that there would not be activities. If you are familiar with the Niger Delta area, if there are unrest, if there are force majeure issues in one area, Gaba and Noella still has business to do while whatever issues are being resolved. The other thing is that so that we can have a good mix of hydrocarbon resources. One is predominantly rich in oil, the other two are predominantly rich in gas. And of course, we all know that there is a continuous quest for cleaner sources of energy, and by every standard, gas is regarded as a far more cleaner source of energy than oil. It is generally believed in the industry that oil will give you money, gas will give you influence. The beautiful thing about influence is that influence will give you power, and at the end of the day, money. So we are well poised for both. Okay, this is our organizational structure. GNCL is proud of its highly qualified, dynamic, and articulate team of professionals with a combined experience of over 165 years in various aspects of upstream oil and gas sector. And at the risk of sounding immodest, you can't ask for a better team. That's the audacious woman who leads the team. She's an accountant by training. She's done treasury management, finance, commercials, budget and planning in the oil industry for over 20 years. Sorry, okay. I don't know what happened. There's supposed to be two other slides that shows the management team. And then, of course, the final slide speaks to our solution for the oil and gas assets. Our solution is technology-driven. It is asset-specific, and it is market-oriented. So if you, what we are pitching is 120 million to develop the 3 assets. It could be more, but at least with 120 million, the assets will be fully developed and would be able to generate revenue with an ROI of about 25%. And we do not mind. It could come in equity or in debt finance. Thank you very much. I'll be available for questions.
Okay, comments? Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Engineer Dr. Shehu. I'm the CEO of BG Energy. You made mention of we own this asset, and I've played a vital role in some of these assets, like of Ikep, and I know it's owned by a company called Harara Energy. When you made mention of we own this asset, do you have 100% equity on the asset, or 40 or 30%?
Okay, if you look at the slide, we have participating interest, and we have, I don't want to go into the details of what we have, but since you've particularly mentioned about Ekekep, we now own 60%. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry,
that's
let me
fine.
also, we are investors actually. We invest in oil and gas.
Okay, that's fine.
We raise finance,
So Ekekep in particular, we now own 60% of the asset. We bought 60% of the asset from the original awardees, right? Okay. So that's our stake in Ekekep.
And you have ministerial consent to that?
That has already been sent to the minister, so we're just awaiting ministerial consent. Now, the critical thing is, we're not going to wait till when we have the paper. All the dots have been, you can't, the ministerial consent will not be processed by NUPRC, the regulator, without you meeting all the criteria. It's not wise for me to wait till I have that paper before I start working on the asset. So a lot of work has been done on the asset already. All the geophysics work has already been done. We're not waiting, and of course, we're already pitching for investments because that's just a formality that needs to happen, and it will happen within the next few weeks.
Also, you need $120 million to develop the 3 fields?
No, if you look at the presentation, okay, sorry. Yes, the 3 fields with different amounts for each of them. For Ekekep with a 50 million, like I said, it could be more, but with a 50 million, we should be able to get that asset to production.
By drilling how many wells?
Drilling one well,
Do you know
re-entering the exploratory well, and drilling an additional well, and of course the facilities. So for us, like I said, it could be more. If I have more resources, I would drill more wells, right? Now, the thing is, if you drill one well, enter the initial well on the asset, it gives you an opportunity to raise funds for more exploratory works, for more drilling. So I'm not going to say until I get 100 million because I know I need 3 wells, or I get 150 million because I know I need 6 wells. So what we're doing is we're presenting the minimum that can generate revenue to do further development.
Do you know the cost of drilling a single well here in
It's about 20-25 million depending on the terrain.
Then what do you intend to do with the other 25 million? Because
I'm going to do a lot. Now, if you know where Ekekep is
know where
about
Ekekep is.
36 kilometers from any facility. So I'm going to spend, just a second, I'm going to spend extensively on facilities. Apart from that, there's also evacuation issues in Ekekep. And like I said, it's mainly a gas field. There are a lot of capital requirements for developing a gas field, for processing the gas. So one of the options we're looking at is bringing a MOPU there. That will cost a lot of money. So there's a lot, if you are interested, there's a lot that we can discuss around what the funds can be used for. But honestly, if I have 100 million, there's still a lot I would do with it on Ekeke.
Yeah, the last question is, you made mention of facilities. Yeah, MOPU is a good option.
Can you take the mic up a little bit?
How do you intend to evacuate this crude? Are you trying to have some sort of MOPU to FLNG, FLNG to wire, gas to wire? Because I know there are some close-by assets. Do you have access to those pipelines?
So, like I said...
Sorry, Adeni, VG is into offshore. They have huge capital base. I've interacted. In fact, I'm using your diary here. So we interacted yesterday, and these questions is not just nosing around. He's interested.
Okay, that's fine, and I appreciate that.
Please.
And that's why I said that. You see, we can't exhaust all the options here.
Okay.
When you're talking of oil field development, there are usually many options.
Yeah, it's okay.
I have mentioned some, you have mentioned some. Yeah. So we may need to engage outside.
I would advise you meet with VG. This is very good. A round of applause for them, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Rotimi Bright. I have closer to 40 years experience than maybe 35.
Wonderful.
My background is that I've been at Chevron, or if I step even back, I've been at ELF. Today you hear of only Total. I've been at Texaco, I've been at Chevron, I've been at ExxonMobil, at Afrin, at Sasol, and so on. Ekekpe, it says it's about 36 kilometers from any facility. That is wrong. Okay. The closest field to Ekekpe is Ekpe West-West.
No, not field. I said facility, sir. Processing facility, evacuation facility.
It's okay. Take note of what he's saying, please.
There's facility at Ekpe. You see, when you come to present to people and you don't know people that are in the audience that know what you are talking about, they can punch holes in all the things you are saying. I can tell you for free what the water depth is at Ekekpe. I will tell you for free. I will tell you, about 10 or maybe 12 years ago, ExxonMobil gave Ekekep to some former employees who wanted to invest, and they could not make it profitable. I don't know the CPR you have, and you say you have 40 million at Ekekep. If 40 million is at Ekekep, it will not be fallow. ExxonMobil will have developed it. I manage Osu Field, the largest gas condensate NGL field in NPN portfolio, ExxonMobil JV portfolio for 5 years. So if you want to talk about gas or condensate, at least I can say I'm an expert in that, and not that maybe we are nitpicking. a lot of things that you have said, you need to go back and get your technical basis correct. Because with 50 million that I said you are going to use at water depth of maybe about 100 feet of water depth, 120 or 150 feet of water depth, the 50 million, and then you say you are going to re-enter an existing well. When you drill a well offshore, if you are suspending or abandoning the well, what you do is cut it at the mud line. So you say you are going to re-enter, you don't leave the well freestanding. You cut it because it will be a navigational issue, problem. If you leave a free well standing, supposing a boat is moving in the night, it might go and collide with that.
Okay,
you cut it at the mud line.
Yeah.
Now, if you cut it at the mud line, you need to check what sort of suspension abandonment you have, whether you can re-enter the well. Because what you said is that you are going to re-enter that well.
Okay, thank you, sir.
So, but there are so many things that you need to go back, get experts to give you guidance, not that you just jump and say, because otherwise...
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, hold on, Adeni, hold on. This is great. You already have a consultant that is on your side. If he's not interested, he won't say anything here. He will walk away. So take note of that. You can interact and build on this. That's why it's a pitch. And let's also remember, he's here on behalf of somebody, so he might be limited. Just hold on. He might be limited. A question I would love to ask, I have interest in that, because of clients who have come to us, is that what products are you looking at? Would you want to go into gas processing, to GTL? There is a lot of attention on methanol, which can get to the lowest of the lowest in the society, because methanol can be used in place of kerosene for cooking, and then there are issues about climate action. Do you have interest in that? If you have interest in that, let's talk. Okay. I can connect you to an American company that is interested in that.
Okay, thank you very much.
For free, I can tell you that Wilfrey is one of the topmost guys in drilling and wellhead maintenance. They might be interested if I have a very good proposal. Fantastic. So instead of paying for it, they could bring in their services as equity.
Contractor finance.
If you're interested in that. Okay. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Sorry, I can't remember your name.
You have to meet him after this. Any other comments?
No, I think
we have another picture.
I quite appreciate that, but give me a moment to quickly make
30 seconds.
That's fine. To quickly make a comment. I mean, your resume is quite intimidating. I don't have as much as
impressive
you have, but at the same time, I think it is a bit overreaching to say that we don't know what we're saying.
Sorry, Adeni.
We don't know
Adeni, take it easy. No. This is a pitch. Take note of what he said. Adeni, I have to rule you out on this.
Okay, that's fine. I take that back. But a lot of work has been done into the presentation, and no, I take that back.
Adeni, thank you.
A lot of work has been done.
Thank you. On a lighter note, the atmosphere. There is a ministerial committee as we speak today at the Ministry of Petroleum Resources. They brought a lot of eggheads together on the issue of subsidy removal. I am on that committee representing my university. If you put 20 world-acknowledged chemical engineers, professors in the same room, put 20 mechanical engineers, I'm an associate professor in mechanical engineering, and you put questions like just to define what a mini refinery is, whether it's different from modular, you have a world war. The chemical engineer wants to define it in terms of his own area. The mechanical will say, no, we are the mothers of all engineering. This is what it means. It's all about processing of crude. Okay? So it's normal to have different views on issues, but at the end of the day, you come to a consensus. So thank you very much. A round of applause for Adeni. The last but not the least picture, please. We have, yes, please. Yes. You have a comment? Would you want to wait for the last picture first? Oh, okay, want to say something? Okay, can we give him 30 seconds?
Please, the last picture for today is Mr. Sunday Ncho, Oma Iwi Nigeria Limited.
Thank you, moderator. I teach public speaking.
Hello.
Okay, this is very important. There are two fears we've discovered that people have. Number one is the fear of death. Number two is the fear of public speaking. It takes boldness and courage to come and stand there to speak. And sir, out of 220 million people in Nigeria, only few have managed to sign up for NDIS. I'm only going to beg for something. Now, Pekin, where is in hand, nine that they carry. Anybody who has attempted to come here, and I want to commend you. Please, can we put hands together for this moderator? In fact, if there was a voting, we're voting you as the best moderator in NDIS. I pitched on Monday. I had a very good moderator. In fact, I can also compete, that two of you should compete. So I'm going to beg everyone here to please understand that we don't have it all. We don't. I'm number one.
Thank you.
If we had it all, we won't be here.
Thank you.
So I like what you said. Gentleman, where is he? Sir, I would recommend that you meet him. And sir, the experience you have, if an old man does not pause, he will leak secrets.
Yes.
The experience you have, hold hands with this guy. We're asking for help. Don't help me. Help him. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay. We have a picture on stage, but just to complement what you said, just remember too, sorry sir, I didn't catch your name, I'm sorry, but you're an elder to me, and if you walked in Chevron, then you will know Alexander Ney. Sir, if you walked in Chevron, you must have met Alexander Ney. He's having his book launch on Saturday. I'm the book author. Why? To show him as a role model for Nigerians in oil and gas. The point I'm saying is that in pitching, there's also coaching and mentorship. Now, there are people who can encourage you negatively. Another authority in oil and gas is Babs Oyineye, Robert Gordon. He's a director in Fulbright Energy Solutions. You know what I call him? My negative motivator. And when we go to executive board meetings, he said, Omonigo is the only one that can kick my butts. Because I ask the hard questions, and if you make me MD, then I should be able to give you directions, even in the board, even though you are my mentor. You get, so in life, you have both negative and positive motivation. What you do with your motivation, it's in your hands. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to stand on the existing protocol. I am here to bring us the energy of the time, and that is compressed natural gas. Next slide, please. They can control from there. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, you can look at our highlight here, the introduction, our vision, mission, and all that. Now, next slide, please. Next slide. To be a profitable energy company providing Nigerians with access to affordable and reliable energies. And our mission is to produce compressed natural gas from pipeline natural gas. Go back to this slide. Yeah, if you look at the vision and the mission is that I am a service provider. I've been on this for the past 25 years. I've worked with Adas Petroleum. I did my national service with ExxonMobil. And I have equally worked with Afren Energy. I started Afren PLC in Nigeria, offshore Nigeria. We onboarded the FPSO Amada Pakasa in 2007. We have started producing this piece of equipment you are seeing. We have everything in Nigeria. That will complement what we're about to put in place. Next slide. This is the introduction. You can read it up by yourself. We want to diversify the energy sector. As we speak to you, last year, I was talking to somebody about this particular project, and he said, it is not possible. I started my research because in 2000, I did this project for a multinational company in Nigeria. They have over 5,000 vehicles. About 3,000 is trucks and other trucks of lightweight and motor that is being produced from the manufacturer, all running on this very particular product. When we completed that project, I was able to have an engagement with the company. And I said, why can't we do this for our country? The comment that came was not very good. I took up this challenge. Last year, I was being contacted for another project that I commissioned on Saturday before I flew into Abuja on Sunday. As we progress, I will show you the picture of this project. Go down, please. This is just comparison of price and also the technical aspect. Next slide. Like what I've just explained, this is what you can get in the market. I just made some comparison. Go back to the first. Yeah. As you can see, as an energy company, we plan to build the production facility first at Calabar because this product is right there. It's a pipeline gas. It's right there. And then we can be able to cascade it to other states of the country, including Abuja. And this is what we can be able to do at the start. And then we open up at the gateway to start with a potential for LNG, pipeline natural gas, LPG, and in the long run, we are looking at fertilizer and petrochemical, where we'll be able to produce products like ammonia and all the components, still using this same natural gas. Our request is that we are looking for investors. Initially, I was looking at government grant, but I know that this platform can produce an investor on partnership, basically on JV. And this particular concept of business has a JV share of at least 40% equity on the investment. The amount we are looking at is 8 million USD and 2 billion in the Nigerian component, the Naira component. That will be able to finance, because we are not buying everything in USD, it's just the equipment we need from outside. The Nigerian component is about the civil work, which is the installation of the foundations, and then we bring the equipment. And I can assure you that this project is just like the last one we did. It took us just 7 months. What I have done on this particular platform, this company, is that I have got the registration, the NUPRC registration, which those are the only regulatory document I have got. And my state have assured me and they have promised me they will give me a land to start.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Sunday, Uncho, Omar Iwi, Nigeria Limited. Questions, comments, just for clarification. Is it true you're looking at 2 trucks per day? Is that it?
That is the minimum.
Yeah, that's what is written there. And
yeah.
2 trucks per day, how many tons?
Yeah, the minimum.
What are you looking at?
A case study
what
of
unit?
Yeah, the minimum a truck can carry is about 4,000 kg of gas. That is the minimum. We are using the trailer tube.
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what location are you looking at, or any location in the country? Because you have to tie into a gas pipeline.
Yes, we are using a virtual pipeline. We are trucking it. I think if we scroll down on the presentation, you'll see what I'm talking about.
You want to truck gas for production?
Yeah, this is what my first project is doing. You can see a power plant.
We're not seeing what you're saying.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you can see a power plant that is being fed by the CNG.
Technical, please. Please put up his media.
Please, yeah. Huh. Is this one?
Can you hear me, please?
Can you look at the screen?
Yes.
What you want?
This is my ongoing project.
Okay.
This is my ongoing project.
Yes.
I commissioned the first part, which is the model station, on Saturday. This one is ongoing.
What is the capacity?
The capacity of this one.
2 trucks per day, you said.
This particular one I'm doing for them, this one can go for about 6 trucks per day.
Okay. Okay, audience, please. Investors. Comments, questions?
And just like I said, why this project has a limited timeline is that this skid have already been made. So it's not something I'm going to reinvent the wheel, because I've already designed, I've already constructed. So I have this, it's just like I'm copying what I'm doing for a client.
Okay.
Paste
You're establishing
what I want to do.
You're establishing the production plant.
Yes.
That's okay.
So the difference is just the environment.
Yeah. So can we take comments now?
Much of the time is the civil work.
Okay.
Basically.
Comments?
So this is how the operation.
Can you hold on, please? Thank you. I understand your passion. You are here to pitch, okay? And you can't go on and on. Comments for investors? Yeah. Okay, you heard the previous comment. I think you need to look at your figures in terms of how attractive it will be for investors. 2 trucks per day might be, gas investment is initially very, very expensive and, because it is very dangerous. But stuff, okay, so only the safety measures and stuff like that. So if you're interested in static equipment, like I mentioned, we have contacts with OEMs who will be interested in working with you if you can have it clear. But you need to look at your financing and also your return on investment, because you never stated that, so that if those who are interested can come to you. But if you need, you talk about civil works and everything, there could be equity arrangements where those who you have targeted to work with you can provide services or materials and then take up equity. So you might need to look at that. And if you want NDIS to help you after this project, I'm available through the NDIS to support you in pitching this, because this is a product that is needed in the country. It's needed in this country. That is what is driving this. So nobody is going to leave here empty-handed. You just need to go back and rework it. Oga is there, ready to also support, and some names I mentioned here too. They are interested in investing in it. So thank you so much. If there are no questions, I believe this should wrap up this session. Madam, this should wrap up this session.
Yes, sir.
And I want to thank you all.
Speaker.
Thank you, Awi.
Thank you so much, sir. I do agree with Mr. Eze. This is by far our best moderator for the day. Forget Mr. Eze tried to pitch for his own moderator too, but this is my preferred. At every point, Mr. Eze, please, just leave it. At every point, see one thing he did. He encouraged the babies. And that is very important. In Nigeria, we have a lot of babies. We want to grow. Maybe baby too. We want to grow. And when we have people like you, sir, we are encouraged. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Please, for all those who pitched under his session, remember, he has assured you that there is help, and take advantage of it. Please, don't leave here empty-handed. If you do, now you cause them all. Don't leave here empty-handed. Find mentors. And really, I felt the need to say this. In the course of my job, I realized that I'm a journalist by training. I went into education by shine eye. Because I love children. I've always loved children. So the training I took is not as much as what I've taken in communication and media. I find a lot of times when people talk at me, they talk at you. They want to bring you down. You look like you're going to shine. And so they want to limit your shine. What do? Focus on your focus. Do not lose your particular focus in very particular. Focus on it. What do you want? Where is your goal? Sight that goal. Don't look away. They are talking. Listen and learn, but focus. This is for all the pitchers here. I felt the need to say this. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here up till this point. I still have in my possession your your eyeglasses case. You have your eyeglasses. I have your case. I have a complete airport, the 2 airport ears and the deck in my possession. Very nice. I might take it home if the owner doesn't claim it. It's really fancy. I have another deck with 1 ear. You have 1 ear. It's useless to you. That ear you don't have a deck to charge it. Come and take your deck. The other ear is with me. I can still use it. It means I now have 3. Please, thank you so much for being here to this point. This is where I'd like to call on Dr. Mrs. Badewa Adejuwe Williams for the closing remarks so that we can bring this amazing summit to a close. Please, a round of applause for her and for NDIS as she comes up. We have had an amazing time. There's a plethora of opportunities, and please, the team, the committee, the planning team, please, we want you upstage. This has been amazing. Thank you very much. Committee, please come up. Please come up stage. Thank you. We also, at this final point, wish to say thank you to our amazing sponsors. Our 3 main sponsors for this summit. River State Government, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Then we also have those online. Thank you so much. Thank you for staying up to this point. This is no small feat. Also part of our sponsors, we have Coronation, thank you, Haifa International, and the plethora of other sponsors that we have. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Terab will do the closing remark. Okay, everybody, Honorable Terab will give the closing remark. However, we want you to know that we still have to present the best MSME pitch sponsors. So we'll do that at lunch, okay? Yeah, we'll do it at lunch, so we can just get it over with. All right. Honorable Terab, please, your impression and what do you want to tell everybody?
Thank you very much, Dr. B, Dr. Badewa. Thank you very much, everyone. I think my task will be as simple as saying thank you. Thank you very much for the pitchers. Thank you very much for all of our sponsors. Thank you very much for all of our partners. Thank you very much for all of our friends and well-wishers. Thank you very much for those who have always kept faith in us from the very beginning till this very moment. Thank you very much to PTDF for this very, very wonderful opportunity. Thank you very much for the staff, for the union to have allowed us amidst such very trying moments. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for attending this very important event, and hope and wish that all those who have pitched in this year's event will have the necessary investments to, to profit coming next year. I would like to use this opportunity to also call on all committee members to please come up as the chairperson is here and would all like to have a group photograph. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all the best. Wish you safe journeys to your respective destinations. Wish you many more beautiful investments in your pitches, and wish you all the best and wish to see you here next year, same moment. Thank you very much. May God bless you all.
NDIS team members, please come. Everyone else, lunch is served, so please, thank you for your patience. NDIS team members, Aliyu, Shola, even our support staff, Martha, Lydia, Daniel, Shegun, everybody, DTCA, let's have a picture. There's Martha. Everybody, please come up. And everyone, please help me appreciate them. They did all the work. Please, let's thank them. Thank you.